papyrus prayers curl into dusk. I walk the seam between breath and absence, a border no empire can conquer. The living call it death, I call it passage. Jackal face beneath a constellated crown, I listen to the footfall of fading pulses. Each soul arrives wrapped in unfinished sentences, perfumed with memory and salt. They tremble like reeds in flood season wind. I steady them with silence. The earth hums in my sternum, a baritone older than dynasties. Endings are only thresholds, folded inward. I do not mourn the closing door. I weigh the hinge. I'm Anubis, keeper of the crossing breath, warden of the interval no sun can light. Through corridors of shadowed gold, I shepherd the unmoored spark. By feather and flame, by marrow and name, I balance the unseen architecture. Not tyrant, but measure. Weigh the heart, weigh the heart. Feather light or fracture dark, cross the veil, cross the veil. Leave me or go, keep the in the hall where pillars rise like cribs, the scales weigh patientless drought. One plate cradles the trembling heart, the other mat's immaculate plume. Truth is not shouted here, it settles. I have held kings stripped of their gold, slaves unburdened of their tames. Titles dissolve in my presence, only resonance remains. The heart remembers what the mouth denies, and I hear both. No cleavage, the axis, no bribe alters breath. Time has already spoken its verdict in the chambers of the test. I am merely the interpreter. What was I am Anubis, sentinel of the silent gate, guardian of the river between forms. To obsidian, dusk and incense, thick air, I guide what cannot decay. By feather and flame, my marrow and name, I reveal the soul to itself, not touch but mirror. Weigh the heart, truth exposed. The burden's gone, cross the veil, step on is honest soul. Tomb is not my throne, it is my corridor. Silence is not loneliness, it is clarity unbroken. I walk beside the newly unbodied, until their fear dissolves into